Waiting on John Lee. Let me see. Let me see if I can add you. There you go. John Lee, come on to the live, buddy. All right, we got Mr. President himself.
How you doing this morning? You feeling good? You all right?
I'm excellent. All right, so let's talk about these leadership. What's up with that? Your volume. There's something going on with the volume. It's low. It is giving some type of feedback. Hold on. Can't hear now. Try to join back. Yeah, we got to get him back right, man. You know, that might be, you got that Russia phone. This Negro talk about Russia from Dixville, from the hood. This nigga crazy. But I want to get his perspective because I think more people like him need to talk. And we got to let them talk because it exposed the ugly truth that a lot of people don't know what the hell they talk about. So I just want to have a conversation with him because, you know, every time I put up a post, either now somebody have a name or Russian is a new one. Now I'm Russian. Johnny Lee, get your phone together, man. Call Russia and tell them to give you a better phone so we can talk. So now me, from Brunswick, from Dixville, and everybody know who I am. I know this guy, and now all of a sudden, because of a post, I'm Russian, or I'm a Russian spy or pundit, or I don't know, that stupid shit they always say. But anywho, I just think it's interesting, man. If they can make people that know you talk to you like that, or talk about you like that, then damn, what do they do to other people? Like, that's amazing. Like, nobody argue facts. Nobody, now I won't say nobody, some people do, but a large majority of the people who are supporting the people that they're supporting, they don't really give you any reason why. It's just always, you got to bring up somebody else's name. You got to bring up Trump. It's always a reason why. You can't tell me why you're doing what you're doing. You know, he's talking about Russia. They crazy enough to mess with Dixville. I don't know what Russia is crazy enough to do, but it's just interesting to me that a guy who is from Brunswick, who knows me, that would even say that. So I want him to get back online. All right. Man, hey man, look here. You got your phone down. Give it all kind of. This got to be a good phone. We can't hear nothing you say. Get some headphones. See, that's what happened. Why didn't have it? Shit. Like you'll get don't got no good stuff. Hey man, get that ragged ass phone so I can get somewhere where you got to plug it in. This shit sounds. I'm hearing you a little bit. No, you jacked up. Back. Yeah, he jacked up, man. I told you, man. Oh shit. Johnny Lee, God damn, the Russians that tore your phone up, boy. Cause I want you to defend this shit you saying. Like somebody, I posted up a post with Kim Klasick, and she ran through Baltimore again. She did a great ad. And the crazy thing is, people asking me, well, what does she do for the community? No, She ain't got to do a motherfucking thing for the community. I'm sure she have programs where she's helping out, but she ain't got to do a damn thing. The people who's receiving all that money into Baltimore to revitalize those areas, and they've been getting money year after year after year, those are the people that got to answer for why it's trash next to where people living at. Those are the people that got to answer to why it's rats running all over Baltimore. Instead of making people from Baltimore feel like Trump said something racist, no, like, nigga, it's literally rats running around the goddamn street. So it's like, it's more and more bullshit just to get people upset. It's like, this shit don't make no sense. It really don't make no sense that we as a people now, we only want virtue signaling. We only want a kind fucking word. You know, they let them boys put Black Lives Matter on the court when they were in a fucking bubble where people couldn't go to the game anyway. Let me show you how they trick you, little dumbass. Excuse me, no offense. This is my opinion. I think this shit is dumb. You're in a bubble where fans can't come anyway. You put Black Lives Matter on the court. People respond to that. They don't show up to the game. Oh, guess what they're gonna do now? They're taking Black Lives Matter off the fucking court. Not to say it should have been there in the first damn place, because we all know Black Lives Matter. Everybody's life matters. But the fact that you put that shit on the court and take away half of your base and say you don't even want them in there, but they are proving to you players that you don't have the power that you think, because it would have made me feel like, okay, y'all were actually doing something if you did it where fans can actually confront you and be in the stand. That's when you would have showed me that you trying to do something. Don't hide in Orlando in no goddamn bubble where people can't come anyway, and now your ass got to get up. Adam Silver said that shit over with. That shit over with. We ain't in the bubble no goddamn more. Fans gonna be able to throw something at y'all ass. We ain't gonna let y'all do that no more. Get y'all ass up. So it's like, damn, all we want is somebody to make us feel good, you know. I think it was a brother. What's this guy name that's running against Maxine Waters out there in California? Damn it, I posted it, but I'm sorry, brother, I forgot your name. But military vet from the neighborhood, lives in his district. Maxine lives out $6 million house. California is fucked to the up. People are moving out left and right. Homeless is going crazy. And, all she talks about is Orange Man bad. All she does is rally up the church going black women and say all kind of lines that don't make no goddamn sense. Joe Collins, that's who it is. Thank you. You saying all this emotional shit that don't make sense, and we gonna build more projects. Who the fuck want to live in the goddamn projects while you live? Bring your candy ass to the project. Get out that $6 million house and bring your ass to the project. Nobody don't want to live in no goddamn project. And just saying that shit, and then our people are, yeah, like, what the fuck is this bullshit? At this point, it's like, damn, I almost feel sorry for the majority of us. It's like, man, Harriet Tubman words has never made so much sense to me now. Now that I wake up and I can hear the truth and I can see the truth, Harriet Tubman said she could have freed 1,000 more people if they knew they were slaves. Thousands more. Thousands. Just imagine. People are giving you information. We have stats and facts, not nothing we heard. We have facts of what Donald Trump has done for the community, has done for all of America. We have stats. You can look it up, you know. And the young lady I just gave her props on Facebook. I think her name is Candace Mahone or something. I shouted her out. I had hit her up in the DM like, man, you got all Trump facts down. Like, you can't argue with this shit at this point. I hope you got your phone fixed, Johnny Lee. Man, goddamn, man. Man, them Russians over this. Hey, look here, man. How the Bible you gonna listen to stuff that we can't even get the phone to work? Huh? Man, you making a goddamn Democrat run the goddamn country. How the fucking control can't get shit done, can't get a vote done right. Goddamn. I'm really looking forward to talking to you, boy. Goodness gracious. I'm looking forward to hearing about the largest. Hey, man. Hey, look here, man. Somebody send this man a goddamn phone. It's a damn shame, man. It's a shame. Like, I even wrote down some stats. I wrote down some stats off that young lady page because this shit was so crazy. I ain't even. I gotta look up my. I gotta get my shit together. All the shit he done. You know, 2019 signed the Autism Collaboration, Accountability, and Research Education Support Act. That's 1.8 billion in funding over 5 years to families that with kids with autism. Like the man done so much shit that they don't even talk about it. They can't talk about it. I know why they keep telling us Orange Man bad and doing all this shit and trying to rile up your emotions. Because if you look at just the goddamn numbers and the things that he done, you won't have nothing to talk about. If Trump stopped tweeting and stopped saying shit to you motherfuckers, first of all, the news stations wouldn't have shit to say. Their ratings would go down. If I was him, I wouldn't tweet another motherfucking thing. Wouldn't give him nothing else to say. I would just let my facts. He can stand on the facts that he's already accomplished. That's it. He can stand on his facts already. The stuff that he's already done. The funding for the HBCUs. But it's just one thing after another. This platinum plan, one thing after another, and it's like that marriage that's already over, but the man is trying his hardest. He's doing everything he can. He done bought this motherfucker a Bentley. He done bought her a new house. He done bought her. He stay home all day, do everything she say, and the motherfucker still don't like him. She's still cheating with his best friend and ain't give him they ain't give her a damn dollar. Like this at this point, like this is crazy. We're gonna vote a guy in office that can't even remember where he at. He can't even remember if he's running for president or senate. He don't know shit at this point. And I feel bad for him because he's an old man, and I want to get to that age. And if my mind slip and go, I want to be in a hospital. I want to be out back smoking a motherfucking cigar, chilling with a dog or something. Like this shit don't make no sense at this point. Who the fuck can't see that they're gonna say that this man is mentally unfit and Kamala Harris will be the president? Now that frightens the fuck out of me. Cause Kamala Harris, first of all, she gonna lie and say she black and she not. Second of all she done was lock niggas up and hide the evidence to let them free. And these are the same motherfuckers we voting for. We voting for the two motherfuckers that locked up the most niggas ever because we don't like someone else. That to me is a badass plan. That's horrible to me. That don't make no sense to me. And for whoever calling me names and I'm Russian and I'm a coon and all this, without the names, tell me, give me an understanding of why you're doing what you're doing and give me an understanding of why it makes sense. And maybe I'll go over there and vote with you. Don't just call me a name. Tell me what the fuck he gonna do in 4 years that he hadn't done in 47, that he couldn't have done in the 47. Tell me what he's gonna do in these next couple of years when we don't even know if he's gonna make it 6 months. I don't understand this shit. Kamala Harris ain't did a damn thing for the black community besides sleep with Willie Brown, then destroy his marriage. And she kept niggas in jail, like I said. Look at her track record. Look at her fucking track record. Now we don't give a fuck about people's track record no more. We care about the color of their skin. We the biggest racist motherfuckers in the world now. Because all we talking about is put somebody black in. Well, we done got cities that done been ran by damn near all black. And they kept your black ass in poverty. See, it ain't about color. It's about that mighty dollar. I keep telling y'all that. Shift your gears away from the color of somebody's skin and shift your gears towards how much money they got. You think Jay-Z being treated like you? You think LeBron being treated like you? You think anybody black that has power and influence being treated like you? Hell no. They are not. They are not being treated like you. Work on your bag. Fuck all this crying about color shit. That's not going to help nothing. Kanye West is going to get treated just like a white man because Kanye West got $1 billion fucking dollars. And there's certain things you ain't going to play with Kanye because them goddamn lawyers going to come out and slap everybody's ass with some sanctions. Who gives a fuck if he black? See, that's the trap that's in your mind, Johnny Lee. That's the trap that's in your mind. So what? If you telling your son that he black, why don't you make that a handicap then? Because that's what you're making it sound like. I'm black. You're making black seem like some sort of handicap. I don't get that. So what? Barack Obama black. He was the fucking president. Stop making black sound like a handicap. If black is powerful and black is strong, then fucking talk like it. Then fucking act like it. Stop all this goddamn whining and begging and blaming. act like it's strong. Because the motherfuckers who do act like it's strong, they do something in life. They don't sit there and bullshit around and play and make it up to somebody else. What numbers don't lie? You just saying something. I want you to get on this phone and I want you to be able to explain the shit that you say. Because if I was a child in your house, I would have jumped off a fucking bridge. You're just basically telling me I'm black, so I'm less than somebody white or any other color, and that I can't do something. Why is it that because I'm black, I can't do something? Or you feed into somebody that they're black, so that means that that's a handicap. Okay, so ask to join the live again if you got headphones. Because to me, I love black. I love everybody, but I love being black. I get to say what the fuck I want now. I've been get to say what I want, but black, you get to say whatever you want. Can't nobody fuck with you. You black. A black woman can go out here and damn sure say and do whatever she wants. So what the hell is you talking about? I really don't understand this shit at this point. You put black leaders in place and you give them a built-in excuse. Oh, they didn't do it because they was black. So what the fuck is the point of putting their black ass in office? If you saying that because someone is black, they can't accomplish something, then we need to have all white people in office based on your own logic. We don't need to put nobody black in office because they can't do it because they black, right? Is that what you're saying? Because I think that's a fucking excuse. And I think that's a horrible excuse. So I'm trying to invite you back to the live. I want you to say this shit in your own words. I want you to tell me what does it mean to be
black. That
black.
is not what I said.
Okay,
I did not say that. I said
so what?
Because
So
first of all, I'm gonna let you talk and then I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna let you.
No, wait. Let me ask you the question so everybody can get clarification.
Most definitely.
Why did you say the word that he's black? What does it mean?
I'm saying the one thing that you're not acknowledging is the system that's been built 250 plus years ahead of the game. Black people and women didn't have the right to vote till 1964, 65, bro. We haven't had 100 years, and we still got the divisions going on with all this propaganda. You got all these sides throwing all this bullshit when all we need to be really focused on is coming together, because nothing can get done if everybody's screaming black and white. I understand that shit. But at the same time, not acknowledging the system is a fucking default all in itself, because if you're not going to acknowledge the foundation of the shit, because something built to disadvantage someone else can never be fair. You can't rebuild some shit that's fucking built to disadvantage you. The numbers don't lie, bro. Like, if you look at the farming industry, if you look at black ownership, the shit has not shifted in over 100 years, bro. I mean, the 1%, I understand, man. You know, you a special person, bro. God bless you, bro. And everybody can't be blessed like that. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because your journey is unique. Everybody's journey is unique. You know what I'm saying? We all need help in this motherfucker. The thing that bothers me about society today is we all so selfish. We all look at the dollar bill. That shit don't bring you happiness, bro. That shit ain't gonna save your family. That shit ain't, I mean, it can save your family and it can bring you happiness. It just depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like we all so divided. The thing about this whole this time period we in, we're more divided than we ever been before, you know? And that's the shit that bothers me, you know? Because I feel like
the reason why we are divided is because you guys are listening to the media that don't give you facts.
But the media fucked up. It's all a part of the same system. It's all a part.
Let me say this.
It's all a part of the same system, cuz I'm not lying. I understand what you're saying. Like, a black man go on TV and a black man get showed his fucking mugshot. If a white guy do some crazy shit, they show his high school picture. I understand what you're saying. Like, it's all in the system. And
that's not what I said.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all a part of the shit.
Let me say this. So let me say this. It's funny how we always have to go back to 250 years.
I didn't say 250. I didn't say 250.
Let me get the complete point out. You started talking about the past when I asked you about now. You talked about when people got the right to vote and how we didn't have but 100 years. That's all fine and dandy. We have all those rights right now today. And now we are voting in people like Maxine Waters, and you're out there in California.
But you got half of the. Go ahead.
Don't be so emotional.
No, I'm not.
You are every other 2 seconds. like
I'm
it.
not.
So you live in a you. As soon as you heard Auntie Maxie, you
No,
went to go crazy.
no.
So what I'm saying is, you live in California,
I'm from
a
Georgia.
place where all Democrats are running this place, and they're running into the fucking ground. Maxine Waters live in a $6 million house. All she talks about is black, 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 black. Then why would she allow black people to live the way that they are living?
I don't.
And she's been in office for. Don't tell me about a system when you got black people in positions of power and they're gatekeepers now of this so-called system that you speak of. There's several cities that have gatekeepers, black people in them, in a position of power, and they're keeping you niggas worried about race and not about you. Because, like you said about God, God blessed the child that can hold his own. And God did not put in your head that you was black. Somebody told you that.
It was
If
started
you
in the
look up the color,
1400s.
if you look up
It
the
started
color
in the
black, my brother,
1400s.
listen to me. Listen to me. If you look up the color black, you're not even black.
Oh, I know I'm not
You're
black.
not.
It's a
You're not.
system.
You're not an African American. You're an American, bro.
Exactly.
And so the thing about it is, your mind's so trapped into the wrong thing,
Mm-mm.
you never gonna get ahead. You're not gonna get ahead thinking like this. America is our land too, bro.
Oh, I
You
know.
you're tied to
This is
you're
home.
tied to a fantasy. You're tied to some fantasy that Africans gonna let you come back to Africa and they're gonna make amends for
Who
slavery.
said that?
That ain't gonna happen.
Who said that? I'm
That's not
Geechee.
gonna happen.
I'm Geechee. I don't know what the
So
hell that.
what I'm
I
saying
ain't
is
never said
what I'm
I'm going
saying
back to
is
Africa, nigga. I'm Geechee.
my whole life, my whole life, I focused on how can I change the outcome. You're not going to change the outcome by disrespecting white folks and telling them about something that happened years ago when you have all the rights and all the abilities to do any fucking thing you want to do right now.
Okay. I understand your point. Most definitely.
We got opportunity zones. We got tax breaks. They got tax easements. They got all kind of things for black folks. They're begging you to stop this "I'm black" shit. White folks are at the point to where they're begging you. What the fuck can we do for you? Anything we try. The school systems are bad. They throw millions and millions of dollars at the school system. The people who are running the schools, they steal the goddamn money. We got to stop this middleman. We got to go direct to these communities. Who's ever in these communities that's moving and shaking and proving that they're doing things positive, that's where we need to send that money.
What about
Because
Brunswick?
sending it to these Democratic candidates ain't
What
helping
about
shit.
Brunswick?
We've been saying we should overcome for 30, 40, 50
What
years.
about
We
Brunswick?
still
Let's
saying it.
start at home base. Let's talk about home base. What about Brunswick?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Because
Brunswick.
we keep putting people in office that we like instead of people that are telling you the right thing. We are so sensitive as a people now. If somebody tell you, "No, you full of shit." There's a lot of things you could be doing. You don't want to hear that guy. You
I
want to
do.
hear the guy
I
tell you.
do. I
You
love
want to
the
hear the guy tell
criticism.
you it ain't your fault. You can do it. It's the big scary white man, and that's how we've been voting every 4 years. Somebody scare us and tell us about a big scary white man, and then now we go vote based on that emotion instead of using. Okay, I understand this big scary white man and all. But your black ass been in office for this whole time, and you ain't do nothing. Joe Biden, you bragged about being in office for 47 years. And the only thing I remember you doing is locking niggas up and saying you don't want your kids going
But
to a racial
no one
junction.
said
That's the only thing
nothing
I
about
remember.
nothing said. No one said anything about this Joe Biden shit when he was vice president. No one brought all of this up in 2008. That's
That's
what I
because
don't
he was able
understand.
to hide up under
No,
Obama.
because
That's
the
that's oh
Russians, the Russians are fucking pumping out memes. The Russians are
listen.
pumping
Joe
out
Biden,
propaganda,
listen,
bro. The Russians are
listen.
Hillary
Joe
Clinton,
Biden could
y'all.
have brought a fucking listen. Joe Biden could have brought a noose to the White House, and I wouldn't have gave a shit because I was so goddamn happy to have what I thought was a black man in
You
office
did
that
have
I
a
wouldn't
black
give a
man.
fuck what the nigga.
You did have a black man. We didn't do our job.
That's
So we
debatable. That's
didn't.
debatable.
So it's all
That's
his
debatable.
fault.
We don't even
So
gotta go
it's
there.
all his. We
Listen,
gonna go there because I get
that's
I
debatable.
get thoroughly upset about that whole situation because I feel like
That's
everybody keep
debatable.
trying to put blame on this man when no one went and did their job. Your job is to go vote. You didn't go vote after the 4 years, and the man ended up getting the
Obama
Senate.
was in office.
Man,
Obama was in office for 8 years.
Obama has to. You have to vote. Everyone has to
He was
vote.
in. He got to
What you
vote. What are
mean?
you talking
No,
about?
he
He
didn't
got
get to
to
vote.
vote
He
twice.
didn't get to vote. Niggas didn't go vote when they were supposed to go vote, and they ended up turning the Senate over, and he couldn't get nothing done. What you talking about? If you don't go, if everybody don't go vote, like they went and voted in 2008, and he ended up getting the ACA passed, and niggas didn't go vote. Then 4 years after that, and then the fucking Republicans came in and fucking stopped him from doing everything. Mitch McConnell laughed about blocking all the judges. What are you talking about? What are you?
So
Y'all
you mean
not
to
paying
tell me?
attention. Y'all not. Yo, you only
You mean so? Let me ask you a question.
man.
You mean to tell me when Obama was in office, he had the majority? What are you talking
No,
about?
he had the
Number
majority
one.
for 4 years. Niggas didn't go vote
Okay,
for the
so
second 4 years.
that's what I was trying to talk about. He had the majority. I said had. He had the majority for 4 years. A president that had the majority for 4 years could not do more than Trump while he's fighting a Mueller investigation, while he's fighting Russian collusion, and
Man,
while he's getting impeached.
that
This
man,
man has
that
done
man
more
had help
than
from
the guy that
every.
was in there that had
That
the
man, that
majority.
man had
That's
help. That
amazing to
man
me.
had help from every fucking
That is
way. That
amazing.
man had help from
That
every
is
single way.
amazing,
And what
bro.
I'm saying is that man had help that Barack Obama didn't have, and you won't recognize it. You won't acknowledge
He
it.
has
He
help.
did
He's
have
an
help. See,
investigator.
y'all don't want
What
to.
is the
Y'all
help
don't
that
want to acknowledge
he
it,
was
man.
trying to listen? Before he got elected, they had a slogan saying "Impeach 45, impeach 45." What help was he been getting?
So
He
you,
ain't been
so
getting no
so
motherfucking
so the
help.
Russians ain't help him.
Man,
So the
listen.
Russians
All
ain't
I'm
help him.
saying,
That's a
I'm
yes or
not trying
no.
to. I'm
That's a
not.
yes or no.
Listen.
That's not an
How can I tell
elaboration
you that?
question. That's a yes or no.
How can
Did
I
the
tell you
Russians
that?
help him?
You're not trying to hear the response. You're being just like
No, I'm
CNN.
not. No,
How
I'm not.
nine
I don't
niggas is
listen
like
to.
yes or no
I
them.
don't use
You
CNN
ask me
talking
a
points.
question, allow me to
Yes,
answer.
sir.
You ask me a question, allow me to
Yes,
answer.
sir.
I don't know shit about Russia. I'm a black dude from Dixville with a public education. So I'm not going to pretend like I know about Russia. That's something they told you, my friend. I'm going off results. The results are the results. The results are Trump has done more while going through an impeachment, while going through the whole world hating him. He has done more. First, listen, let me explain something to
So
you.
black unemployment was 3% for
Listen,
real? You really believe that lie? You really believe
dude,
that lie? It was
listen.
23%. It was
This is the main thing
23%.
y'all are
So
missing.
you believe that lie?
Hold on. This is the main thing y'all are missing. The Democrats want you in the hood. They don't want you to learn. They used to want to kill you if you learn how to
The
read.
Democrats can't keep me.
School choice is one of the most, hold on, school choice is one of the most revolutionary things that everyone is overlooking. When you have, first of all, let's name some people who are successful that went through school choice. Ice Cube went through school choice. His parents busted him from his district. He did not go to the Crenshaw or whatever that school is he was zoned to go to. He was bused out all the way to a nice school. Michelle Obama was bused out to a nice school. Barack Obama did not go to the school he was supposed to go to. He went to the best school in Hawaii. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if now that the average American can get a better education, which we know Kamala Harris already said we are stupid. Kamala Harris said between 18 or 19 to 30 something, they're all stupid, but we still want their vote. So they don't want you smarter people, because then you'll be able to make educated, informed decisions and not emotional decisions based on what color you are.
Mm, mm. I got you. I feel you. I feel you on that. But
I'm just asking, what's so bad about school choice?
when you saying people who are rich and famous, but we all know that the majority of 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 our people are in poverty, like, and they don't have
Ice
a.
Cube, girl,
It wouldn't
he
matter.
was
Ice
in those
Cube is
neighborhoods.
special. Ice Cube is special, just like you
He's
special.
not
You
special.
cannot.
What made him so
You
special?
cannot.
What makes him so
Because his
special?
people fucking was able to do that. Everybody people is not able to do that. Everyone is not able to do that.
Michelle
Oh man,
Obama was put on a different.
what
You
you
making
said? No,
excuses.
I'm not making excuses. You're
You
trying
making
to say
excuses.
that everyone can do it when we know factually that's not right. That's not even true.
I never. First of all,
That's true.
every
Everyone,
parent.
everyone is not everyone is not able to do that.
So you're not able to send your kid on a different bus to go to a different school. You can't get your kid to the bus stop.
Like I say, the majority of poverty in people in poverty,
So that's a
the
no.
majority of people in poverty
I'm
can't
just
just
asking.
do
That's a
that.
no.
I don't think they can just do that. We got people who don't went to jail for black lady that went to jail for sending her son to a better school, and they locked her up for 5 years. What are you talking about? Are you looking at the
Well,
help?
that's good. That's a good thing then.
What you
So
mean? That's a
now the
good thing.
mother,
She's sitting in prison. Her
the
son, they don't got a
you're being
mother.
you're being being so
I'm not
emotional, you
being
won't let me
emotional.
finish the sentence.
That's a talking point
You
that
said,
everyone
how is
keeps
it a good
saying.
thing?
You want to be
You
emotional.
said,
It's not
how is it a
emotional.
good thing?
How is that a good thing if
You
she went to
said,
jail? That don't make sense.
if you if you let me answer the question, then you'll let me finish my complete thought, and then you won't have to get so emotional. I said, so now that is a good thing because mothers will not have to go to jail for trying to get a better opportunity for their kid because now President Trump just saved her and any other mother
She in
that's
prison
trying to
right
do better
now.
from having to go.
She in prison right
Okay, so
now.
then who made that into law where a mother go to prison? Who was the leader? Was it Obama? Who did that? You have to go to the source. You can't blame
All right,
Trump.
man. I don't
If
know.
he's saying, if he's
I
saying,
feel like
so
I
let's
feel
go
like I'm talking. I feel like I'm just talking for nothing because I just sat here and
because
told.
you're not listening.
No, I
You
am
just wanna
listening because
you
you
wanna
tapping
mislead
around me.
the people.
You
You wanna mislead the
I'm
people.
not misleading
Trump
nothing.
is saying,
You're
I'm trying to tell you,
omitting facts. You're
you have to
omitting
ask who the
facts.
you have to ask who, the why, the what, the
You're
when. If I
omitting
say that you're
facts.
trying to if I say you're trying to mislead the people, then what you should ask is why would you say that? And the reason why I would say that is because you're saying it as if Trump is the reason why this person is in jail.
I didn't say
Trump
Trump.
has
I
nothing to do
said
with
the
that. If
system.
he's giving you, if he's giving you the freedom and the right to take your child to any district in a better district, then why wouldn't you say, well, damn, I'm happy that he did that because there's a lady that I know that's in jail for doing that very same thing. So you don't have to worry about that no more because Trump did that. So now you should bring awareness to the young lady who's in jail and let's find out who put policies like that in place to where mothers can go to jail for trying to get their kids a better education.
See,
That's the motherfucker we
see,
need to
that's
go
the
get.
question I just tried to answer, try to tell you, but you don't want to hear my answer because you feel like
So answer it.
the system. Trump didn't build the system. The system was here before Trump, and the black leaders didn't build the system. The Democrat, it was built before that. But you don't want to acknowledge the past, so it's like really no point in trying to argue with someone who's not going to acknowledge the past. Like if you're not going to acknowledge the system that build this to be this way, then there's no point in really arguing about it because you're not going to acknowledge it. If you're not going to acknowledge the past and acknowledge what got us to this point, there's no point in arguing.
So based on your logic, if I started dating a girl that somebody else abused and did wrong, and I'm saying, baby, I'm not gonna treat you like that, and I ain't gonna put hands on you, I'm gonna take you to dinner every night, and you gonna live like this. You mean to tell me I gotta take time to talk about what some other person did to her? Cause I'll drop her ass off at the restaurant right there and there and haul ass. Cause that don't make no damn sense to me.
Well, probably if she went through abuse, then she probably need therapy, which is like shunned upon in the black community. So she probably won't go. So I don't know, man. Like I don't think that I don't know. I mean, you gotta
So let me ask you this.
it all starts from somewhere, and when you figure out when you pinpoint the cause of the problem, the root of the problem, then you start working on the root. But if you're not going to work on the root of the problem, then it's really nothing because all you're doing is cosmetic work. All you're doing is
The
cosmetic work
root the
doing cosmetic work around the problem, and you just covering it up. So I mean,
I'm glad you said something about the root. I'm glad you said something about the root of the problem because to me, the root of the problem is the Democratic Party that you have fell in love with and that
no, I'm
votes
not in
give
love with nothing.
98% of their vote.
I just
We
feel
give
like
98.
I
Listen,
just
thing.
feel like we all
Hold on.
I just feel like we all Americans.
You
And
said you
hold
want
on,
to acknowledge the
no,
problem.
I just want
Hold
to
on.
say,
It was my
I
turn.
just want, hold
You
on, no,
said
let
you
me
wanted to
finish,
acknowledge the problem. Go ahead. So I sound like I'm talking to my ex-girlfriend
No, you're
because
not
every
talking
time
to
she
your
says her
ex-girlfriend.
point,
You're not
and then
talking
I
to your
try to make a
ex-girlfriend.
point, you cut me off. So go ahead.
No, you're not talking to your ex-girlfriend.
It feel like that. Every time I'm trying to make a point, you cut me off. You said this whole spiel. You said we have to acknowledge the problem and this and that.
Go ahead.
Let's acknowledge the problem.
Go ahead.
98% of the black vote go to the same spot. And you complained about all these different things. And you've been giving your vote, and majority of black folk have been giving 98% of their vote to the exact same party that they have all these damn complaints
Now, how
about.
many
So
black
can
people
you
don't vote
please
though?
tell me
How
why?
many black people don't vote?
It don't matter about
How
that.
many?
Let's go off of
Yes, it
what we do
does.
know.
That counts. How
Let's
many black
there you
people
go.
don't vote?
I just want you to
Like,
answer
how
one
many
by
black
one.
people don't vote?
You can't ask a question with a question. You can't answer a question with a question. You
90.
gave me the
So
vote. You
98%
said
of
let's
black
acknowledge
people.
the problem.
So 98% of black people vote
Listen, listen,
Democrat.
listen. After you answer my question,
Okay.
we'll move on to your question
Okay.
and I'll
Let's
answer it.
do it. Let's do it.
So 98% of the black vote has been going to the Democratic Party for over 50 years. And you have a lot of complaints. So why are that's the definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing, giving the same vote to the very same party that Lyndon Baines Johnson said, we're gonna give these niggas a little something for free just to shut them up, and we're gonna keep these niggas voting for 200 years.
Hey, hey, I'm like, God damn. God damn. So 98%, where you get them numbers from?
Yes, sir.
Where you got your numbers from?
Look it up.
Oh, I need to look it up. How many black?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll take your information and I'll digest that. I'll do some background on that. And if you say 98%, hey, I just, I mean, it's two parties in this country. So, I feel like everybody complicit. So it is what it is. I don't know. I can't argue with you right now. I gotta goddamn go back to the drawing board on this shit because I gotta get right.
Yeah,
Cause
because at this point it don't make
I
sense.
can't, I can't,
At this
I
point it
gotta
don't.
figure out how to get the facts included in this argument because I can't win with you. You gonna fucking tell you got
I want you to look up another thing. I want you to look up all the Democrat ran cities.
Democrat
I
ran
want
city.
you to look up
We in
all the
America,
Democrat ran
bro.
cities.
Like I don't,
No, 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 no.
is it?
No, there's a through line. There's a through line in what I'm saying. Just listen to me. Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
I want you to look up all the Democratic ran cities.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look up the conditions that the black folks are in.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look up their schools. I want you to look up their neighborhoods. I want you to look up all these things,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll see that through line I saw.
I got you.
I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I just want you to look it up.
I will. I will. I mean, I've been reading The Color of Law, this book about the where we at right now, and it talks about all that
Yeah.
shit.
And Malcolm X told you why you like this. This is love for this liberal that tell you you can't. This love for this vote that only voting with emotion, only voting with I'm black. You're not black. Stop voting color. It don't matter. It's a black nigga that'll stab you in your back faster than anything.
Why?
I don't vote
That's
color.
how they
I
got. That's how
vote.
they got Marcus
I
Garvey. That's
listen.
how they
I
got
don't
Marcus
vote
Garvey.
color. You have to vote strategically and vote for your position and where you want to be in life. And voting color hasn't helped us in 50, 60 years. So what makes you think it's gonna help now?
So okay. So if that's not the solution, if that's the problem, then what's the solution to it? That's the question.
The solution is we have to stop allowing white people to tell us who's racist. We have to start looking at the facts and looking at the cities as a whole. We have to stop worrying about the color of someone's skin that we're voting in.
What
We
about
have to start looking at the policies and seeing, do they work? We can't give Obama a pass and say, oh, he couldn't get nothing done, because everything he really wanted to get done, he got done. He got all the rights he wanted for people he wanted to get them to. He did everything he really wanted to do.
I'm
So I don't
just
buy that excuse.
I just feel like we
I
didn't
don't
do
buy
our
it.
job. I feel like we didn't do our job. We didn't go vote for him the second time. We didn't go vote for a Senate and a House for him to get stuff done. And he ended up with a Senate that blocked him on everything. Mitch McConnell said in the interviews, he says it in the interviews and fucking laughs about blocking the 300 judges that Obama had and the Supreme Court pick. Like all of that count, bro. Like all of that count for something.
Did you ask them why they blocked him?
Why they blocked him?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I
Did you
mean
do any other
that's what
research to say
I've been
why?
digging for the S on that, but Mitch McConnell is gonna say that he gonna do what he gonna do for the Republican Party. That's what he did it for.
So,
That's who he
so
did it for.
let's say this. Let's just say they actually did block Obama on one side.
They did.
So are you saying okay, cool? I'm gonna give you that. So are you saying that it didn't block Trump?
What you mean?
Have
When
you
Trump came
have
in,
you ever heard of Kavanaugh?
he had a Republican House and a Republican Senate.
That's not true.
He had a
But
Republican
you're not
Senate.
answering.
He
But
didn't have a Republican House. He had a Republican Senate. The Senate
have
passes
you
the
ever heard?
judges.
Listen, have you heard of Judge Kavanaugh?
You heard of Mayor Garland?
No, I'm just trying
You
to
heard
show
of
you
Mayor
that.
Garland?
No, no,
You
no,
heard of
wait.
Mayor
I'm just trying
Garland?
to show. Hold on, hold on. I'm just trying to show you that I can find a through line with you. If they blocked Obama, then they definitely blocked Trump. They even threatened to pack the court.
They didn't even,
Just last
they
year.
didn't block that bum.
Okay, so what's the difference?
That nigga there, man, what you talking about, man? You can't even use some pretext. Something that happened before, and then you trying to compare Kavanaugh to Merrick Garland? That's insane. That sounds crazy.
I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to
I'm telling you that Mitch McConnell fucking blocked everything for the last 4 years.
Okay, and I'm saying I give you that. So I'm saying you can't listen to understand the question. I watch people try to impeach Trump, which that's blocking him. I watch people try to stop the judges that he's trying to get in. That's blocking them. I watched them talk about packing the court. That's blocking. So if they blocked Obama, all I'm saying is they blocked Trump too.
They can't.
So
they can't block Trump. Trump got the Senate.
Why? Because he white?
No, because he got Mitch McConnell who fucking running everything through that shit now because he doing it on purpose.
So let me ask you this. So at least for 4 years, Obama wasn't blocked. He had control of everything, right? I can't get you to answer one question. So at least 4 years, he wasn't blocked, right?
I guess not.
No, it's not a guess. I'm asking a direct question.
No.
Because you said earlier in your post that he only had it for 4 years, correct?
He had, yeah, because he had 08 and then 2022 where he was 12 when we went back to vote. He won the presidency, but he lost the Senate.
Okay, so in those 4 years that he had it, let's go off his track record. How come he didn't give the most money to HBCUs?
Trump ain't do shit.
No. I'm asking about Obama. How come he didn't give just as much or more money to HBCUs like Trump?
I don't know, but I'll find out the question. I'll ask him on Twitter, see if I can ask that question.
Okay. Now let me ask you another question. Why didn't he pardon Jack Johnson?
Who?
Oh, you don't even know who Jack Johnson is.
The boxer from 1940?
Yeah, why didn't he pardon Jack Johnson?
I mean, he did. He did pardon a lot of people, though.
Okay, so why he didn't give us reparations then?
Nobody's getting reparations yet.
I'm saying we talking more about reparations now than we did under Obama.
We more polarized now than we were.
The reason why I knew Obama wasn't going to do nothing, he went in there and said, "I'm the president of all people, not just black
because
people."
You got to be president, even though he probably should have been selfish and said, "Fuck y'all," and I'm gonna do this shit for my people. That's what every president's supposed to be. Every president is supposed to be a president of all people, not just white people, not just black people.
That. I agree with that. But us as black people now have asked the president directly, "What are you going to do for black people?"
Yeah, you saw the Ice Cube. You in the Ice Cube shit too, ain't it? You fucking with
right? And Ice Cube said that he said that Trump is his plan is better than Obama. I mean, not Obama, Biden.
He did. I ain't see the new one yet. He said he was setting up.
Go look it up.
I was listening to it, and I saw that he said that he had the list together. He hired the people, and then goddamn, he was gonna ask each candidate what they was gonna do to fulfill the list.
He sat down with both of them.
He did. I ain't watched the interview yet. I'll check it out.
And because when you are thinking, man, if you take out the "I don't like Trump, orange man bad," and you just hear the facts, you can't make any excuses for the facts. You said President Obama had it for 4 years. He hasn't done in those 4 years half the things that Trump has done in 3.5. And he was fighting cases the whole time. This nigga was going to court fighting cases, fighting his taxes from coming out, fighting in a beach,
the legend of Donald Trump.
Kind of shit, and he still got a better track record.
Who got a better track record?
Trump.
Man,
he has a better track record.
I just wish he wasn't so divisive. I think he. Truthfully, he a fucking gangster. He really a fucking gangster. He did his thing. I'm not saying. I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm saying like his fucking attitude. I respect that, but his divisiveness, bro, that shit is fucking beyond. I can't deal with that shit.
How can you prove that it was Trump though?
We already had the divisiveness here. We already had divisiveness. We already were divided. He just threw a little gas on that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think he did. I think the media does it.
Along with them, I mean, they number one pump fakers out this bitch. They the number one gaslighters in this motherfucker too, because it's always about race with them anyway. So yeah,
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Why don't they ever tell any of the facts or any of the good stuff that Trump
they
do?
do talk
Why
about it.
does it? Why is it that everything that he says or does, they make it like he's the worst person on the world? They can't even give him credit for the HBCUs. They just say, well, he only did that because he's just trying to look good for black folks. Well, duh. Don't I want to show black people that I'm for you? I'm with you. Like, what
Lord,
the fuck?
yeah,
Like, what is wrong with niggas now? Like, you can't even. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. The media does play a part in it. It's just,
It's all the media
it's
because now the media is so divisive that they got black folks so upset that they're gonna walk over the cliff to a hellfire when they don't even know what's on the other side.
so. What about
They
the
don't
other
even
side?
want.
The other side ready to
Listen,
goddamn kill everybody moving if this nigga
no
don't
sir,
win.
no sir,
Yes,
no
they
sir,
are. Yes, they
no
are. They
sir.
got
You can't do
videos.
that.
They got
You
videos
can't do
pumping
that.
them now.
You cannot do that analogy with Trump. He put his platinum plan out for you to read. Oh, Biden said, Charlemagne, motherfucker, my wife got to go cook. I ain't got time to talk to you, nigga. I'm gone. You ain't black if you don't vote for me. Get the fuck off my screen and clunked out.
I
He
did
hadn't
not
sat
see
down and
that.
said a goddamn thing that he was gonna
He
do
did
nothing.
not do it like that. He was sitting there having an interview with him. He didn't do Charlemagne talking about something
The
going.
moment he was asked, "What are you gonna do for the black community?" he said, "Hey man, come on man. You know, you ain't if you don't know you're gonna vote for me, you ain't black." And he left.
Damn, you got some good ass talking points, boy. I'm gonna have.
I'm just saying the
I,
truth. I ain't doing no talking. I don't have no talking points.
mm-hmm.
If a woman would have talked to me like that, I got fucking standards. So ain't nobody gonna talk to me a certain way. Motherfucker, if you black, you can't vote. Nigga, hold on. How the fuck you gonna tell me?
They
No, you
had
gotta sit down and have a
so
conversation with me.
so the Charlemagne interview was only like 2 minutes.
Man, that Charlemagne interview was a bunch of buffer bullshit questions. They don't never hammer this dude with real questions
Charlemagne
because
do
he
him and
can't see right
niggas.
now.
Charlemagne tried Birdman, nigga. Ain't no
Let me
way
tell
in
you
hell
something.
Charlemagne didn't try
I
that
I
man.
I can
Charlemagne made
guarantee you. Charlemagne
Charlemagne
talked to
made that
niggas like
man
that.
come
He
up
made
there and
black
say,
women.
nigga, put some respect on my name. If that nigga try Birdman, who will kill him in the fucking streets, why the fuck you think he won't fucking say ask Biden some questions, bro? Like, come on,
Good
bro.
question.
Come on,
Good
bro.
question. I'll wait.
Nah,
I'll wait for you to respond to that. Good
it's
question.
gotta be more. It gotta be more to that interview, bro. It gotta be,
He
cuz
know better.
it got.
No, it
Man,
ain't.
ain't nobody scared of no
No, it
motherfucking
ain't.
Biden, bro.
Are you kidding me?
Man,
That man.
man, this
Listen. Let me
nigga
tell you
tried
something.
Birdman, bro. This nigga tried
He
Birdman.
made a. Let me
Birdman
explain
will
something to
murder
you.
that
Not only
nigga.
that. Listen. Not only that. He made a black woman sit up there on the Breakfast Club and cry on national TV. What's that little black girl that was dancing? She was the little dancer. She got up there with Jay-Z and was rapping a little song just because she was crunk. He made that girl cry
Oh, you
on
talking about
national
Lil
TV.
Mama? Lil
Little
Mama.
Mama, whatever her name is. Yeah, Little Mama. He made that woman cry, and went hard at a black woman and went hard at black men. And another black man, Donnell Rawlins, go up on his show.
Yeah,
He disrespect this man, throw his ass and his nuts at him. That's sexual harassment.
that's fucked up. But yeah,
But then when the white man come on, when the white man come on his show, he was given a card on what to ask and what he couldn't ask. And based on that card, he probably threw that one question in, and Joe Biden knew, boy, I ain't tell you to ask me that. And what he told him, my wife got a cooking show. I'm out of this bitch.
I'm gonna go back and check that out. I did see on thing. Yeah, it's got to be some truth to this shit because fucking whatchamacallit fuck with Trump too, but that nigga don't talk
Right.
about it.
We,
Lil Wayne fuck with him. He had an interview with Naomi Campbell on Young Money Radio, and she reminded him that he had a 2 hour conversation with Donald Trump in London or somewhere. Like they was fucked up.
right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Trump said, listen.
it's weird
Trump sit
shit
down
going
and
on with
talk to
that shit.
everybody. He sit down and talk to everybody. You want to talk Meek Mill about police reform? Come to the White House. All the black pastors, come to the White House. It's just that anybody who get near him, what do? You demonize them. You talk bad about them. They say those pastors was pundits and all this other bullshit. But then when you ask those same people, okay, what is Biden gonna do? Oh, fuck that. I don't give a damn. He just ain't racist. I gotta get them racist motherfuckers out. And it's just like, what? Nigga, what? That's like me sitting here listening to a girl tell me about her ex. We sitting there at dinner, we having wine, we having drinks. You done gave me all the answers to the test, baby.
Mm,
All you want is a man that's gonna lie to you.
mm.
You don't want a man that's gonna challenge you and tell you, well, hold on. That's wrong right there. I can understand where your ex was wrong about, was mad about that, because that's a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, you on his side. No. Okay, well, now when I know she gonna act like that, here's what I'm gonna do until I get me some. I can't do this no more, but back in the day, I would just sit there and listen to all the bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
get her to drink, say uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And then when I get mine, bam, 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 I'm out. Because I can't have a conversation with her. And that's what we're doing as the black community. We can't have a conversation. The only thing we do is yell and shout and say a bunch of shit that don't mean a hill of beans.
Yeah.
This man has been trying. Come talk to me. Are you a man? If you're a man or you're a real woman, if anybody invites you to come talk to them, you go have that conversation.
Yeah.
Because in that conversation, either I'm gonna find a through line. We can always get to tearing this motherfucker up, but we gotta have that conversation so we can either build and move forward, or now I know where we stand at, and
Mm-hmm.
we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
This shit
it's
is
a
crazy to me.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of shit at play on this shit. Like, and I think about that shit
We
because
got
we used to watch everyone. Donald Trump in the black community was the person to aspire to be
exactly.
for 15,
You
20
want to talk
years.
like Donald
Yeah,
Trump. You
everybody
want to be the
wanted to
boss
be
of
like
your
Donald
situation.
Trump until we got to this
Right.
point. And then
So when did it become wrong to be the boss of your situation? When did it become wrong to know your value and talk like you know what you're talking about?
hey,
Now, if you don't talk like this, hi everybody, I don't want to upset everyone. I just want to just move about and don't hurt anybody's feelings. Fuck all that. You can't. You're gonna hurt everybody's feelings trying not to hurt someone's feelings because you don't know how I'm gonna receive what you say.
man, niggas.
I can always say you hurt my feelings.
Well, everybody
All that
goddamn
shit do
sensitive,
is cut off
but
conversation.
everybody's sensitive as fuck these days. Like everybody's sensitive as fuck. Like it don't even matter who you talking about. Like everybody's sensitive as fuck. Like it's just weird. It's a weird ass time.
Well, with me, I take out the sensitivity and say, fuck all that. You got to deal with what I'm saying. Because if this is a free America, you can't tell nobody how to formulate their words. Everybody communicate on a different level.
Everybody,
Some
oh,
people are
I know
good.
black people are not
Yeah,
monolithic, and they're not supposed to be
yeah,
monolithic. That's one thing that I truly believe that black
yeah.
people are not monolithic, and you cannot put us all in the same box, and we can't be that way.
Right. Some of us are. Some black people are educated as hell and they can break it down to a
You know
science.
when I,
Some black folks,
you know when I
they
first
we look
came,
at culture.
when I first came to
Huh?
LA, and I fucking was I ended up working in Thousand Oaks at the Outback, but I ended up transferring to the Burbank, no, the Claim Jumper in Burbank from the Claim Jumper in Thousand Oaks. And when I went to the one in Burbank, the second night I waited tables was a black dude from Louisiana that talked to me about politics. Like it was the craziest shit, but he was a Republican, and he told me he was like, "Bruh, what you think about California?" And I was like, "Man, this shit weird as fuck, bro. Like this shit some weird ass shit." And he was like,
And it's
he
gonna
was,
get weirder.
oh, he was like, man, this shit. He was like, you a Democrat or you a Republican? I was like, shit, I'm a Democrat. I say, shit, that's what a nigga usually vote all of my life. So it's what it is. He was like, wait till you. He was like, the longer you out here, the longer you gonna see the difference between where you from, where it's ran by Republicans, and where you at, where it's ran by Democrats. And he was like, the shit gonna blow your mind, bro. It's just gonna take time for you to
Yeah.
live through it and see it. And I see the shit. The shit is insane.
Down is
Insane.
up and up is
Man,
down.
the shit weird as fuck. Like it's weird as fuck. Like I could have never anticipated this shit. But it is what it is. I like it. I'm like shit. I roll with whatever the wave bring. It don't even really matter to me. But it's just crazy watching the shit.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Because I took my son out of public school. I took him out of school and did online school before the whole COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he brought home a piece of paper that was just, to me, they analyzed CNN at his school. They pretty much had him watch CNN and had him write a paper on what he watched. I said, what the fuck? I don't even want you watching CNN. Oh hell no. So, because my thing is this. I don't understand why. How is it going to be beneficial to teach my son all this? He black, white man bad, and then majority of the jobs, who own the jobs? White men, correct? So now he has this built up animosity towards white men. Now when he go to work, he got this all this aggression because this man has been oppressing him his whole life. So he's been taught. Now he grow up working for one. He like, oh, now I see what it is. I can't stand this white man. And it's like, no. Would it be more beneficial for them to teach our kids about taxes and about coding and STEM, or
Man,
is it more
man,
beneficial for them to
I
learn
think
about
it's
slavery?
more beneficial to show them about real life instead of the bullshit that they be teaching in school regardless. And the
Hello,
whole school, yeah, the whole school system shit, that's a whole nother subject for me.
that's the
Like
system that I agree with
I
you on.
can't stand that shit, and that's fucked up. Like it should be uniform. I like it. I ain't saying uniform, but like the whole curriculum
It should be
shit,
uniform.
the whole curriculum shit need to be all
Yep.
rethought and spit. That shit need to be chewed up and spit the fuck back out. Reinvention.
And that's where we find that through line that I think this is where so many people are angry because they're being indoctrinated in school. They're not teaching them how to balance a fucking a checkbook. They're not teaching
No,
them how
not
to do
Mr. Zito
anything
taught a
with a
nigga
W
that.
two
Mr.
form.
Zito taught a nigga that on at the school where I went to in Brunswick. Mr. Zito taught us the social
Exactly.
security number, to fill out job application,
Yep.
the doing interviews,
Now,
how to
how many
dress.
teachers are that good to do that?
None. That was the only person
That
that did that
that's
shit
the
that I saw in school.
mandate.
And he taught we
That
went and
should be
recycled
mandated.
cans and went out of town and shit, doing stuff that's real life stuff. But you know, it like back to again, it takes all of us to come together to get that shit done. Nothing can be done,
But
nothing can be fixed, nothing can be done if we don't do it together. It don't matter what side we
I agree.
on, we all want the same thing, damn near.
I agree with that. But my thing is this: we got to stop this whole party line bullshit.
That's
We
what
can't do Democrat, Republican, all this, and be arguing.
man,
Like you said, we
I
all want
read a
the same
book
thing.
called Tribes. I got the audio book called Tribes. I buy
Mhm.
tons of books. I got tons of books on my
Right.
Apple thing. But yeah, Tribes, it
But
talk
see, you
about
know
that.
what?
And
You
that's
know
a
what
real
though?
good book, bruh. And that's where
I'm gonna check it out. But here's where the problem is at. Most of the negativity to me seems like it come from the left. The moment I hear somebody in the bar say they're Republican, a Democrat tell them right off the top, "Oh, you a fucking racist."
you
If he's black, if he's black and he say he's a Republican, the first thing they tell him is, "Oh, you a motherfucking coon."
yeah, that's true.
You didn't hear this man. You didn't hear this man facts. You didn't hear why. You didn't ask the who, the why, the what, the when. You went automatically to a judgment.
Yeah.
And communication rule the nation. Without communication, there can no be joining of forces.
Nope.
They got one side of people thinking that just because there's a D on the ballot, that means somehow they're for you, and that's so far from the truth. You can look at it with the results. You can look at it with all the complaints that you still have voting the way that you voted. You said earlier on live, I voted Democrat my whole life, bro. You know this and that because the guy came up to you and asked
I
you
mean,
who you were
I was
voting
talking
for.
about that when I first came to LA, probably like that was probably
Right.
like 8 years ago. And we talked about
So if
that.
you voted Democrat, if
I
you
voted
voted Democrat
Democrat
your
then.
whole life,
Yeah.
so if you voted Democrat
Yeah.
then and nothing has changed, you don't think about trying something different?
I mean, I'm not I'm like middle of the line now. Like I'm not all the way. I like to listen to people's ideas. I want to hear what they got to say. I don't just vote for motherfuckers just to vote for people. That's not how I get down. But
Well, if you've been voting Democrat for all your life,
I'm
that's what you've
saying
been doing.
when that happened, yeah. And like the last couple years, I've been voting. Like mostly, it just depends on what the ideas are, bro. Like I listen to.
Well, let me ask you
Cause
this.
I
Let me
mean,
ask you this.
I'm voting in a different place than everybody else. Cause everybody voted different places for different people. Remember that now. Like I'm voting
Well,
different. I
let me
might
ask
vote
you
for
this.
the same president. I might vote for the same vice president. But that as far as everything else, everybody else vote where you at. You vote for a certain person in a certain party that ideas, and everybody different. Like you voting for somebody totally different than where I'm voting for. The only thing we voting for the same that really gonna count is the president and vice president. Everything else is different everywhere else you go.
Yeah.
So you have to
So
research.
basically, you
You,
saying that people need to vote
I
locally
mean, yeah,
as
you
well as
see.
federally.
That's where we not paying attention at because that's where we make the big changes by voting at the bottom. The bottom of the ticket is what counts the most. The only thing is, like you say, the media. They always want to push us to the top, and we not paying attention at the bottom. Where we need to be paying attention
Right.
is like the local people.
You got to go from the
Yeah,
foundation
yeah,
first
like
and work your way
the
up.
sheriff, the DA,
I agree.
the governor, like man, it's just like you got to pay attention to the small stuff, and everywhere is different. So you have to go do your research. You have to like
Yeah.
where I vote here and the way you gonna vote there is different. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
like
see,
you
if
in
I lived in California though, there would be nowhere in the hell I voted for Maxine
But you
Waters.
don't live in
But
Maxine
that's
Water
just something
District.
else.
I don't vote for Maxine Waters.
I wouldn't give a damn what
I
district she in. I
understand,
tell every
but you
district they should
gotta,
vote for her
but you
ass.
gotta remember those people who are in power. They're in power in their districts, their areas. No one outside of their areas. I'm in California. I'm not. I don't vote for Maxine Waters. I vote for actually what old boy name that was in charge. Oh man,
Shit, that's what you supposed to know.
I'm trying to tell you his name. Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff. I know, nigga. I know.
You voting for Adam Smith?
That's who my senator is in my area. That's who I voted for. Yeah, I voted for him.
Shit,
Yeah, I voted for him.
shit.
I live in Burbank, man. My area is overwhelmingly Republican. Like I don't live in the Democratic area, bro.
So why you always voting Democrat?
Because the motherfuckers be talking about the right shit.
What they be talking about other than race?
Hey, I didn't know nothing about that. They talking about trying to goddamn get this shit together, get these motherfuckers off the street. All these people living under the bridges and shit, and trying to goddamn make sure that everybody taken care of in this motherfucker, and looking out for each other, and trying to make sure that these motherfuckers ain't raising this rent. This rent is fucking crazy.
But you know why the rent is crazy, and it don't have nothing to do with Trump. It's
I
like you
didn't
said,
blame.
it's the
I'm
local
not.
people that.
See, don't always say that I'm blaming the problem on Trump, because I'm not blaming everything on Trump.
I think you do that a
No,
lot.
I blame it on the system. The system was here before him. I understand
But
that Trump did not build
that's too broad.
when you
Nobody's gonna
yeah,
learn. Listen, nobody's gonna learn from you just saying the
yeah,
system. Now, I
see,
agree
like
with
you
you
say,
on the school system.
communication rules the nation, right? You said
Right. So I agree.
the
Listen,
system
I agree with you.
is that the thing that
Listen,
was
I agree with
preloaded
you on the
before
school
that.
system part. Hold on, let's find this through line.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I agree with you on the school system part,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's the biggest system that's keeping us not
Oh,
influenced.
most definitely.
The media, the machine of the media, the school system, and this self doubt that because I'm black I can't do anything. Those three things are the biggest problems facing our
Man,
community.
you listen to man, you should listen to this podcast with T.I. and Jane Elliott. I know you might not like it, but just throwing some points out, just to have somebody.
I watch that. I
It's a
watch that
podcast.
TI
I'll
podcast.
watch whatever podcast you
I
want.
try to
I'll
listen.
listen to whatever podcast you want me to listen to, and I'll come back with some feedback, and we'll come back to the table with this from the T.I. expeditiously with Jane Elliott and whatever you tell me to
I
listen to.
watch that, but see, the problem I have with a lot of these podcasts is it's too heavily focused on color.
Well,
I like to listen to podcasts that's not focused on one side, one color.
no,
I
I
like to
just said
watch
one
podcasts that
episode.
focus on
I ain't
real life
saying the
issues.
whole thing, because he got Ice Cube on there too. I think it's like 3 episodes later, he got Ice Cube come on and talk about his thing too. Like, it's a mix of people. He got Alex Jones on there, bro. Like, we not picking
I
sides.
understand, but why won't he bring Ben Shapiro on there?
He might have invited Ben Shapiro, and Ben Shapiro didn't accept it. You got to think about
I
that
think he
too.
should. I think he should invite Candace Owens back and be a little more respectful and let her speak, and we'll have a real educated dialogue instead of some of the dialogues that I've watched them have. To me, it's not a very educated dialogue. It's a bunch of stuff that uh, it sounds good,
Uh-huh.
but at the end of the day, you have to talk a little more inclusive because there's still white people that you're trying to do business with.
Oh, most
If
definitely.
Ti and Ice Cube and all, if Ti and Ice Cube and all these people are pretending like they just black and they run the show and they just run the world, that's bullshit. Because I know who really own the big city,
But it ain't.
and so
It's more about reaching out and trying to
we
bring.
gotta be more inclusive. We gotta be more inclusive
Yeah,
with our
we gotta
community. That's
pull.
just all I'm
I
saying.
just feel like we gotta pull each other closer, bro. I just feel like when we go through shit, we gotta start, instead of pushing each other farther apart. We gotta pull each other closer, man. And we'll be
Well, I disagree. I disagree with that. I
why
think we got to build our family stronger.
pulling
If
each
I
other
build a
together
strong
is a
family,
family. We all a
let me,
family.
but let me tell you why. Here's why I say I don't agree with that. Because if I'm out shoveling shit for my family to build my family stronger, and you just sitting on your ass talking about, man, we got to come together, I don't want to be nowhere around you
But
because you're not doing what it takes
what
for your
kind of
family.
nigga deal with somebody who ain't gonna try to help themselves if you ain't trying to help
So
yourself?
that's what that's my point. I don't want somebody to think that just because they're black that we all together.
No,
No, nigga.
no. If you ain't putting
No,
in
no,
the
no.
work, I ain't
That ain't
fucking
gonna
with
work
you.
with me.
That's for
Right.
me too. If you ain't putting in the work,
So
I grind
I hear
hard.
all these, yeah, I hear all these general talk like, oh, we all got to come together, and it's like, okay, well, what you on though? Oh, I killed niggas. But no, nigga, I ain't coming
No.
together with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It got to be a mindset.
yeah.
You know, I'm not
You got to make sure nigga on
just
the
because
same
you think
page
it's
as
black.
you,
I ain't with this.
but you got to talk to them to see if they're on the same page. You can't assume that they're not on the same page with you neither,
Right,
and that means you got to talk to them.
right. So
But
that's why.
at least long enough to know that they full of shit and get the fuck on. Because niggas
So
usually
let me
telling
ask you
5
this.
words.
Let me ask you this. How are we gonna get over what I believe is fear? I believe there's a fear in the black community to ever vote other than Democrat. Why do you think that is, and how do they get over that?
I think what the solution to that is to get into the community and put more to make it more transparent and give them more information because a lot of people like information. A lot of people lack information. It don't matter what side. Everybody lacks information on the truth, and we need to try to get the community more information so they know who they voting for. Because, like I say, the media is only going to talk about the president or vice president when we need to be talking about down ticket. Nobody ain't talking about who running for DA, who running for sheriff, who running for mayor, who doing this.
They do talk
I
about it.
mean, who
They do
running for
talk about it.
school board, all that
Listen,
stuff, like all that
they
kind.
talk about it. They talk about it. Only time they talk about it is when a black kid gets shot.
But see, that's so we need to start.
We got to talk about it before that.
We need to work on getting our local community news networks back the way it used to be. We need to have that back where we can have more local news focused on the things that's going on in our local communities, and then we listen to the other bullshit for the big shit, and you ain't got to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? You can stay in your bubble and you can look at your local news and pay attention to what's going on in your local, and then do your research and do your big. That
But how many folks you know doing research? Not a lot of people don't do any research.
Yeah, that's true.
I go try to talk to Negroes all the time, and this is what you don't
How they
understand.
said in the
You
Bible?
trying to
How
talk
they said in the Bible? They say you teach a man, you give a man a fish and he eat for one day. You teach him the fish and he eat for a lifetime. Some people
Yeah,
need.
I
Some
understand that.
people don't got people.
But at the end of the
Some
day,
people don't got
at the end
people
of
in
the
their
day,
life to teach them that.
but this is the thing though. At the end of the day, us males have become so emotional that the moment you say something to a dude that's outside of your understanding, that's outside of their understanding, the moment that's the first time they're gonna get upset. They want to get violent.
I mean, it just depends on your approach on the situation. I just feel like that because I mean, I can have a conversation with anyone. Like, and I mean, it can go good, it can go bad. I'm ready for either way. I can go Super Saiyan, and we can keep that shit kosher. But like, it just be like you have to try. You can't make an excuse not to try, you know.
But
And then there's people
I
like
don't
you
think
got to
people are
remember,
trying to
it might
listen.
be your gift in this world. It might be your gift from God to teach people things that they don't know. It might be your gift.
I just want people to stop being afraid of the
Yeah,
truth.
but
We've listened to grandma, we've listened to mama, because most of us grew up in a single
and
parent
what you
household.
said, what word did you just say? Fear.
We listen to
No,
mama, we listen
but
to
you
grandma.
say what you said. The key word you said was fear, and fear
Yeah,
is taught. So you have to,
it's learned behavior.
you have to find. We have to find a way to get in our community and unteach the fear that has been taught, that
Right.
has been ingrained in us.
I don't know how you
I
do
know,
that
but
because
that's it. But see,
I'm telling you, I don't know how you do
that's
that.
good. That's a good thing because
Because listen
we
here,
can't. One person can't solve the problem themselves. It takes all of us together. It takes us
I don't
together
think
to
so.
come up with
That's
ideas.
why I say it take that's why I say it takes strong families because it, like ain't nobody gonna influence my son what to do other than me.
Yeah,
I see little boys like it's I ain't gonna say their names, but it's young men that come out and they play football in Brunswick, they play basketball, whatever. Everybody else know what they should do. Everybody else got in their mind they know better than these young men because they're afraid.
yeah,
They done told me that. I said I'm going to college. Oh boy, you ain't going to college. You're gonna be like your uncle. Oh, I'm going to the NBA. Oh man, you're so it's constant downing of a black man
yeah.
in everybody's eyes. There's a constant downing of a black man. So what do you say to that?
Yeah, and I completely can see that, and I understand that, and as a black man, I know. But like it's we have to do something to unteach that shit in our community. We have to do something together. We have to figure out some kind of solution, and we don't have the answer, but we have to talk to each other to find the answers. Because someone in our community is some young mind that has the answer to what we trying to solve or what we need to do to get this done. And that person is just probably sitting there waiting on us to come teach them and get them along the way. Because the only way we're gonna change our community is one person at a time. One person at a time. You got to talk to them in their face. The social media shit, cool and shit, but the only way you can effectively make change in this world is one person at a time, and you have to look them in their eye and talk to them. And everyone got
Well,
something to. Everyone can relate. Everyone can relate. We all got something in the shit. We all pissing the shit in the same pot, drinking the same water. Like eventually, we gonna have to see that shit.
Well, I think it's one family at a time because then you can teach your mindset to your children. You could be that example.
Oh yeah.
I think the reason why we have all this dysfunction going on is because kids are not getting the yin and the yang. Your natural father on earth is not around the kid, so he has no connection to his natural father. He's not going to have a connection to God because the children are of their father. So the moment you take a male influence out of the home, I don't give a shit how good this kid seems. You have taken half of this kid's essence from him
Mm-hmm.
or her. They're not going to understand that complete circle. So they're going to be in a lot of relationships. They're going to be more
Yeah.
emotional. They're going to be all of these things that people do not like to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if we're going to change this, we have to build strong families, not strong individuals. A strong individual, they always get taken out
Yeah,
alone.
but a strong
But when you got a
individual,
family,
but a family and an individual,
well, no,
individual
no,
is a
that's what
part
I'm
of
saying.
family.
No, no. Well, listen, if I knew 10 black families that was stable, strong, and connected, then guess what I could do? I can piece up with those black families, and now we all as a unit, we're strong. But right now, the reason why we don't have strong units is because we have a family that's over here that's intact. We have a family over here that is just the dad. We got a family over here that's just the mom, and aunties.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have all this. You have more boys who are emotional more than the females. Females are taught to be strong. These females are out here winning. They're getting jobs. They're getting government jobs. They're getting it. They're getting it. Males that have the mindset of a female, but they have the biological of a man, but they got that female mindset. If a man break down and cry in front of you, how will you look at him? Will you give him a hug? Will you comfort him?
I don't feed into that book that
No, I'm just asking.
I
I'm
mean
asking if a man, no, as a man to man, if a man break down and cry, would you be looking at him like, what the fuck? Or would you say, oh my God, would you get him a tissue?
I ain't going to get a nigga a tissue, but I ask him if he all right.
But if a female cry, what would you do?
I'm gonna be like, you all right? It's COVID. I'm still not going nowhere close. I'm gonna be like, you all right? I'm gonna say you all right.
But okay, I understand it's COVID, but if it wasn't for COVID, what would you do for that
I
woman?
mean, I would probably give her a hug, and it just depends on what the dude crying about. I might get that nigga a hug. Sometimes nigga need a hug, you know. It just depends on the
Man,
situation.
I would look at that nigga. I would look at that nigga that's crying and say, "Hey, look, you know, after them tears stop, the issue is still gonna be the
Oh,
same."
I mean, most definitely. But you know, sometimes it just
Now you
that
might want
second,
to drop them goddamn
just
tears and let's have a
just
conversation.
just to say you all right, are you okay? Sometimes it's just enough. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I said that to say this: we are raising boys under the same umbrella as we're raising women, and it's not gonna work because men are gonna get a different treatment in life than women will get. A
Oh,
woman is going to get the benefit of the doubt. It's not going to be her fault. There's going to be all sorts of things and programs to help them, which is a good thing. Men, you have to be brave. You have to be strong. You have to be courageous. You have to get over some shit. You have to turn the other way on a lot of shit. You have to look the other way because you are this thing called a man. And if men get upset, you know the destruction and the carnage that we can do. You can see it in the news every day.
yeah.
So men are not getting stronger; they're getting weaker because they're listening to mama say it's okay for a boy to cry. But when that same boy turns into a man, then now you look at him like he's
Shit,
crazy.
mama ain't telling him that. Most mamas telling you,
A
boy,
lot of them telling them that,
must be now, but not before. But before they tell you, boy,
right?
you better suck
Not
that
in
shit
our
up.
generation.
Yeah, but you know our generation,
And our
they
generation,
was
mama
suck it,
slap your ass
suck
harder
that.
than daddy would. Beat
You
your
better
ass up.
suck that shit up. Get your ass over there,
Exactly,
sit down.
exactly.
But
Now they not doing that.
yo, well, I got two daughters, so I ain't even got a son yet. I don't even know how I feel. I just be nurturing my girls. But if I had a boy, like,
Your girls gonna be fine. Girls got it. Goddamn, I'm trying to tell you, made in the shade and
hey,
paint. But
no, it's shit.
man, you gotta
They
get
getting kidnapped and shit too. Them niggas out here doing.
no. But see, I understand that those circumstances like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in a natural, healthy environment where you're involved in your little girl's life, the woman is involved in their life. That the numbers are in that is the best situation possible. And even if you can't stay together, then either A, don't have the kid, or two, or B, y'all at least should be able to work it out to where that kid gets to see that father and that mother almost fluidly. It should not be no stopping a kid from seeing the other half of them. That to me is child abuse.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But that's that the system, not the president, the system has got us to this point too with that shit, and they did that shit just out of spite. That's why,
Well,
and both sides are affected by that shit, because niggas
right.
pay no matter what, and niggas get punished, and shit don't be true, and you just gotta suck it up and goddamn keep trying to stay above the waterline. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to stay sane while you get all these lives
Oh
coming in.
man, but yeah, it's crazy, but at the same time, like I've been going to therapy and shit, and you got every reaction has a reaction, and sometimes the only thing you can control is what you do, and I'm learning that shit. You learn that shit. You just gotta sometimes not react to shit, and you
So
can.
you go to therapy. How long you been going to
Man, I've
therapy?
been going to therapy for a minute, man. I don't believe the bullshit because I feel like it. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the best version of myself for my kids and for myself. You know what I'm saying? And
I believe in therapy too. I just don't believe in therapists.
yeah, I mean, before I went to therapy, I just used all my family members as therapists. I just called everybody and talked to them, get a couple ideas off this person. Know this person had this experience at law. Talk to them, get a little advice from them, and then bundle it all together and make it happen.
I've gone to 3 or 4 therapists and I've gotten nothing out of it because I don't feel
You have
like
to,
a person with
you
the
have to keep
no
trying.
no no. Listen to me. I got therapy from above. Here's what I discovered.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered that going to therapy, they're gonna identify a problem that you pretty much already know. You live your life. You know what the problem is. You know if you're on drugs. You know if you are depressed. You know all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So what worked for me? I'm not telling
Yeah.
anybody else to try this. I'm saying what worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
I went to therapy, and I just don't believe that another human being that has their own flaws can help you with yours. I believe that once I got quiet and I started meditating and I looked within and I used the Lord as my therapist, then I found the true meaning of the truth. And that's everything that's wrong with me is within and I can fix it. So I don't know. That's just me. I'm not saying for anybody else.
Hey.
Because there's been people that's telling me they go to therapy, they talk to a therapist, then they prescribe them some
Oh
drugs,
hell
then
no!
prescribe them
I
this.
ain't going out
So
like that. No.
it's like you're not healing this person. It's almost like you're just listening to them, pacifying them, getting a check. So my thing is, once I start meditating and getting quiet and getting my guidance from up above, it helped me out a
That's
lot.
what I'm working on too. I'm working. She gonna teach me to meditate. She teaching me to meditate and shit too. So I.
Nobody can teach you to meditate. Like B.J. McClendon said, listen to God and block out the outside the static noise.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of like what happened to me. That's kind of like what I did.
Hey.
I went to the therapist and they talk all this mumbo
Hey.
jumbo,
And I
and
might
then I
be.
find out my therapist is on drugs. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey.
I don't need a therapist that's on the same drugs or equivalent to the same drugs you trying to give
Hey,
me.
but it took you, but
Fuck
you
that. I'm
did,
going to the
but you
Lord.
did the first step though. You tried. You tried. That's everybody's different. You unique. Like
Yeah.
that was your path. You got to try. Like I only been. I think I've been through like two therapists, and I like this lady, and she cool, but that might not last either. I might feel some kind of way
Yeah.
later, but it's about trying. It ain't about everybody different. Sometimes it's like I said, like the fear thing. You're taught that shit. Sometimes it takes somebody to
Right. Hey,
unteach
look.
you, to unteach you the shit that or help
Yeah.
you see the bullshit that you're doing to yourself and get you up out that shit, and then you good. That's just a stop on the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like you
But a person that don't have perfect peace, they're not going to be able to teach you peace. So I look to the Lord. He has perfect
I
peace. He has the
and
truth.
you,
So my
but
thing
you
is, if you
went.
meditate and look within, you it will be discovered to you. I
I
promise. Just try
understand.
try meditate.
I understand, but you went. You went to
Try.
therapy. You tried it.
Oh yeah, I went.
See, that's
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Like you tried it and you figured out it wasn't for you. It might be for
yeah,
some people. Some people it might not be for.
absolutely.
So you never
Some
know
people,
unless you try.
if
You
you,
know.
hey, look, let me say that disclaimer. I'm not trying to discourage anybody else from trying therapy in their way. Try therapy, try everything,
Yeah,
because then it may work for you, or it may be revealed
it's
that
better ways for you. You know,
it's in you.
it may be just to
So
stop on the
just
journey.
don't get on the drug shit. Don't let them put you on drugs,
Yeah, yeah.
because they'll
Oh,
try it.
oh, especially out here, man. This crystal meth country, man. This is the most insane shit I ever seen in my life out here. I'll just be like,
And another thing, I think therapy and therapists have been hijacked for people's bad behavior in their PR campaign. Because the moment a celebrity or somebody who do something wrong,
oh, it's a
I
PR
think it's
stunt.
a
Yeah,
money grab. They run to go to
yeah,
therapy. Oh, I'm cured now.
yeah,
Yeah, let me back in the world and let me do whatever.
yeah.
You ain't
There ain't
shit,
no
motherfucker.
damn
You
cure.
ain't
You
supposed
are
to
still
stop.
who you are. You know what I'm saying?
You are who you
Yeah,
are,
and you
motherfucker.
can't.
I'm not trying to hit
Just like, yep,
it.
true story, true story. Be killing
I'm trying
that,
to tell you.
but yeah,
And that's another thing that made me reevaluate therapists. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a money game. This is a fucking money game.
hey,
I get caught doing something that everybody found out about. It ain't like I told it to nobody. I got caught. I go to a therapy and all is forgiven.
yeah.
I don't, I didn't have to post up what I learned in therapy. I didn't have to show my process that I've healed. I just say I went to therapy 4 or 5 months, fall off the scene. Now I'm
You
back.
know, you just made me think of.
Fuck out.
You just made me think about some shit too when you said that shit. It just made me think about from the crack epidemic to where we at
Yeah.
now with the opioid epidemic and everybody go to therapy and nobody go to jail. But when it was crack, niggas ain't know nothing about therapy or tried to go to therapy. Ain't nobody said nothing about going to therapy. Nigga, you go to therapy, you get your time out. Nah, nigga, you going to go do these 10 years.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
You going to do these 10 years,
I'm trying to tell you.
nigga.
Look
It's
here. I'm
crazy.
gonna like I say, I'm not gonna talk nobody out from giving their money to therapists or
Hey, they might got
trying to get
Medi-Cal.
help.
They may have Medi-Cal. They may have what it's called. They may have, yeah,
Medicaid.
Medicaid. They may got Medicaid. It might be under Medicaid for the freeload fund. And hey,
Hey,
run that mission, shit.
I need to be a goddamn therapist. Sit there listening to you. You tell me all the answers,
Hey,
and then tell you what. All I can do is pick out what I see you doing wrong, and then
hey,
just listen to you for an
hey,
hour.
you go get
Anybody can
hey,
do that.
go get that paper and you sure enough can do it. You can sure enough do
I
it.
can't lie. I can't. I wouldn't be a good therapist because I'm gonna tell them the truth. I'm gonna say, hey, look, man,
That's
you
what
already know the
that's
answer.
what that
Look within and
that's what
meditate.
most therapists get paid for.
Yeah, I know. That's why I couldn't be the
That's
therapist.
what
I'm gonna
no,
have to
most
lie to
people
you.
don't know that Lil Wayne is he went to school, he got a degree in fucking words and he got a degree in psychology.
Right.
Most people
And
don't,
that's just a piece of paper.
yeah. I understand that, but you know you got to study to do it. You know everything is a study. I'm on the audiobook mastery too, and they talk about the 10,000 hours. The 10,000 hours that you study to become a master, and most people back in the old days that was equivalent to 7 years or something like that. Yeah, talk about all that stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just think once you go to a therapist, you're gonna always go to a
I
therapist
mean,
because
nah.
if I'm not gonna give you the cure,
Most of,
why would I give you the
I
cure if you
mean, like
can't?
you said, most of the shit she tell me, all I damn near know, but you know, it's just about getting that shit off. You know what I'm saying? It's just about getting that shit off. I ain't telling
I tell you
you ain't
what.
breaking no
I tell you
laws.
what.
It's about getting that shit off. And
Hey,
then
look.
you got to remember, I'm in LA by myself, and I got
Check
my
this out.
daughters.
You cash out me, and I'm gonna sit on my couch. I'm gonna tell you to lay down. I'll listen to you talk and tell you what I think, my opinion.
Uh-uh.
How much you gonna pay me an hour?
Nah, bruh. I'm good. No, no.
I'll sit there and listen to you tell me all the answers of what the feedback be and remix them in a different way, and I'll take that money, goddamn.
Hey, she made.
Help your black brother out.
Hey, she made the light bulb go off and she doing her job right now. She made the light
Who?
my fucking therapist. She made the light bulb go off. She made me the shit that I you know I got a lot of shit going at one time. So She like, God damn, boy, like that's your life right now for real. I'm just like, shit, this shit real life. But you know, I'm gonna navigate. I'm gonna make this shit no matter what. It's gonna always be some shit. I'm a
Yeah.
true believer that no matter what, life is ups and downs. The only time this shit stops is when you jump into that grave. Everything else
No,
is going.
not the way the media, not the way the media tell it. White people got white privilege. They don't go through a damn thing. Well, let the media tell it.
What they're saying is just from the perspectives. But you know, ain't nobody listening to them. I ain't adding the media in my shit because the media that don't really that shit is a fantasy land technically most of the
Somebody
time.
asks, is the therapist? Somebody asks, is your therapist the same culture as you?
Yeah, I went through like two or three. I went, like I said, I went to two therapists. I had this Armenian lady, and she told me the same shit. She said to me, she was like, "You just so angry." I'm like, duh, like what you thought? Like, what the fuck is it? I'm like, why the fuck did I even show up here? Like, okay, whatever, did that shit, then came back the next time, and I was just like, nah, bro, like this ain't gonna work. I don't feel like you understand me. You don't understand my culture. You don't understand where I'm coming from. Like, you just told me
But
what I
why
know.
are you angry? Why are you angry
No,
though?
it's just it is what it is. No, you're not finna start a therapy session on here with me.
I just wanted to ask that question. Why you so angry?
It's all good. Don't worry, I'm good.
Because I used to be angry too, and then when I went to my therapist and I realized that it didn't work out for me, and when I started meditating and doing it on my own and following God's understanding that inner voice,
Yeah, but
I learned that I was angry with my
yeah,
parents.
but anger is only a secondary emotion. Anger is only a cover for something else, technically.
That's what I was about to
Yeah,
say. I was emotional.
yeah.
I was upset about my parents, and
It
so
was is hurt, shame, disappointment, all that shit that go along with that shit. You know, therapy. You know, a nigga learning. Nigga learning.
so once I found out that was the issue, so simple. I just dropped the emotion, which in turn dropped the anger.
And you taught yourself that, right?
I wouldn't say I taught myself that. I'm just saying I got that inner peace from meditating and listening to that inner voice from God.
See.
I had no control. I had no control over my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I be angry?
Yeah.
I don't need to harbor that resentment towards my parents because they didn't get it right.
Mm-hmm.
That they just weren't imperfect. So that's
They
okay. I
only
forgive
learn
them.
what the people before them taught them. Yeah.
Right. So it was all learned behavior. So I gotta forgive them in order for me to move
Yeah.
forward.
True story. True story.
So that's all it was to me. You drop that emotion, you drop that anger. Emotion is no good. Emotional male is a
But
female.
you know,
So
but also anger can be a shield to save you from shit that you in situations that you in. It just depends on what situation you in. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like with what I told her is like shit. I'm in LA, nigga. I don't know nobody in this motherfucker. I ain't letting nobody play with me no kind of way because where I'm from, the fucking weak fall. Nigga, ain't no soft shit here. I can't play that game because one mistake could be my last mistake. And I'm too far away from home to play with niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm too far away from my mom and my sisters and brothers and everybody I know to play that game, you know? So I gotta be on defense all the time. Especially,
well, that sounds like you insecure about something. You don't
hey,
gotta worry about like
hey,
I'm prepared, but I'm not worried about somebody doing nothing to me all day, every day because that connection to that higher power, if it's gonna happen, it's
oh
gonna
yeah,
happen.
true. And that,
You can be fucking on guard all day, and the moment that you look away or look down, that could be your
yeah.
day. So I'm not gonna walk around insecure like that. I walk around ready. I walk around prepared
I
as
don't walk
possible so
around
that I can
insecure.
be.
I don't put
Yeah,
myself in a position like that. I stay to myself. I'm just saying, like in general, like I, 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 I don't been in LA long enough, and I don't fucking met people and hung out with people to see it for what it really is. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And once you see it for what it really is, and not the fantasy, then you know that you have to put up some guards somewhere around you. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you just don't put yourself in that situation. You observing of everything going on too.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
cause I'm
Don't put yourself in a
like
situation.
nigga I be just posting and chilling and doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Nigga be posting in LA and shit, in Hollywood and all kind of shit, just hanging out, just smoking and chilling and making money and doing shit. But shit, then I'm paying attention, like niggas walking around, just walking up on niggas and shooting niggas. Like, where they do that shit at, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I gotta make sure
I know damn well black people ain't walking up on other black people shooting them. Come on now, don't you say something like that.
it's Mexicans shooting black people. Hey,
There's no black people shooting other black
hey,
people in the Wakanda cities now. Come
hey,
on,
it's just like the white on white
don't do
crime.
it, do
It's
it.
just like white on white crime, you know. It don't really exist. It doesn't really exist, but it does exist. But it doesn't really exist, you know, white on white crime.
I look at it as a good versus
Yeah.
evil. There's some evil motherfuckers out here in the world
I
too,
just feel like the
black, white,
motherfuckers who
whatever.
taking stats of that shit is the evil motherfuckers who taking stats of that shit and not taking stat. And I don't understand how the hell the stat came alive if we ain't got a stat for everybody shit. If we got one for black
Well,
on black,
they have a stat for everybody.
oh well, if all the numbers close to the same, then what we talking about?
The numbers are nowhere close to the
What's it?
same. That's why we
What's
talking
it?
about it.
What the number?
And I tell
I
you
thought
what,
it was like
name
87.3% white on white crime, bro. And I thought black crime was like 93. If I'm not mistaken, I
it's
saw
like
those numbers and I
it's
swear
like 98.
well, I know that 87 is not that far from it. Niggas usually round up, so it's in the 90s. It's close to the same thing, damn near. We like 7% off, 8% off.
So okay, but look at this is the thing that you're missing. Here's why it's not even close. Do you realize that there are more white people in America than there are black people, right?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, so the small sector of males that are doing this killing is about 6.5%, right?
Who?
The 6.5% of the black males that are doing these killings
Mm-hmm.
out they outkill the larger number, which is crazy.
What about the white boys who killing?
I understand. I understand. So
We
okay.
count
So you
them
got
too.
like
They all in the same basket.
I understand, but you got to break down that percentage. You were just talking about the percentage of 88%, right?
80,
The
yeah.
reason why that number, the reason why that number is so bad, is because we're talking about the black males. Black males are required are the ones that account for these killings. I think it's like I think they did an age range from like 16 or 19 to 35.
Yeah.
So that's only 6.7, 6.2, 6.7% of those people are black males. They're killing 90 at a 98% a click or 93, 94. That's debatable. White males is about double to triple that number, and they're still lower than those black males. So that's why that's horrible. So
Both numbers bad.
you don't have another. Show me the white city, and I think Tommy Sotomayor said this on his page, but everybody knows this. Show me the white city that kill white people like Baltimore killed black people.
Mm. I think that's in what can we count drugs too, right?
No, no, no. We talking about homicides and murders,
we,
brother. That was a
we
motherfucking
count
murder.
drugs, right? Because I know one.
All right, now check this out. Check this out. Name the white city that rival the killings of Chicago.
Can we name drugs? Can I name drugs?
No, 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 no,
Man,
no, no, no,
drugs
no. We
count,
talking
man.
about
The white
one.
boys selling the drugs
No,
to each
no, no,
other.
no, no. No, we were talking about one specific topic. We talking about busting your gun and killing around each other. You said white people kill is almost the
Man, the
same.
white boys
I'm
killing
trying to come up
crowds
with
of
it. That's
people.
not
The
true.
white boys shooting in
I
crowds.
understand. I get that. We shooting crowds too now.
Oh, yeah, we doing
No doubt.
drive-bys. We been doing that.
So,
Everybody been doing that.
but
But like,
But why that number is so disparaging is because how can you have such a small number of people kill that many people? That is genocide.
yeah. And what about the police? They don't understand. They numbers up too now.
The police cannot kill one black person next year, and that still they'll kill that many in a weekend in New Orleans.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, that's yeah. Those numbers crazy, but I know it's better. I know nobody ain't taking no white on white crime statistics. That ain't right.
I understand that, but that talking point right there to me is weak
I
because
understand it's weak, but
if you look
it's a
at New York,
fact.
if, that's not a fact.
Ain't no white on
You're
white
talking about
statistics. Where no one is
you
calculating the
have
number like they calculate ours, and I feel like it's just a
yes
talking
they
point
yes
to get us.
Yes, they no. This is not just a talking point. That's why I'm trying to get you to slow down. This is what they don't do on CNN.
Mm.
They don't go. They just go off the large
What
percentage.
about
They don't
MSC,
go how many.
MSNBC?
They're not listen. Listen. They're not going at how many black males. This small number of black males that's doing this large number of killings. How white and white men because they kill each other. They do. But they should be at the higher number because there's more of this than us. Why are they not at the higher number?
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Even though they do outnumber us, if they 87% and we 93% and we got the lower,
That means we doing some killing,
we
boy.
got the higher number, but we got the less amount of people.
That means we doing killing double time
But what
or triple
about?
time.
But you still not counting the police statistics of killing black people. It's 3-1.
I'm not talking about no police statistics. I'm talking about the number. I'm talking about the number of black males that was reported that was killed by the police unarmed was about 13 to 14. First they said 9, now they said 13 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
If you eradicate all those killings and say police officers are not gonna kill, they're not even allowed to shoot black men. That won't even scratch the dent on how many killings that we do each other.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Now, McClendon said white men have access to the land to bury the evidence.
I mean,
Okay,
nobody
bro.
ain't talking about.
I remember.
I did research on Devil's Punch Bowl in Louisiana. They still won't go there. It's peaches that grow there, and them niggas won't. Nobody won't eat them. It's
Well,
called.
let me rebuttal. Let me rebuttal what Mr. McClendon just said. He said white men have access to the land and to bury the evidence. But guess what? We have access to a no snitching clause. So all 88 all the homicides in Chicago go unsolved. So they got access to land. We got access to no snitching. So at the end of the day, that's an excuse. And so for us to kill so many people, we got to address that. I don't like the
I
excuse
feel
that
like
is
we
used.
should come with. Yeah, we should
If
come
we
with a
want
solution
America,
for
if we
that.
want
But we
now,
also have to come with a solution to make this shit an even playing field too.
well, Miss McClendon, well, to make it an even playing field, we got to put them damn guns down. I don't care if you fight. I don't care if you do whatever. But
They still own.
everything is
They
not
still own
everything is
70%
not
of
a
the
killable
bullets.
offense.
It don't. You can't do
But
shit with the gun if you ain't got no bullets. They own 70% of the bullets.
but we finding them because we killing each other with them. So what I'm saying is we got to stop this whole wanting white people to treat us better than we treat ourselves.
No, it
If we
ain't.
want this world to
I
change,
don't want white people to treat me better than nothing. I want the system to be even so I can goddamn get
well,
to what I
let's
gotta
get
get
off
to.
let's get off the system for a second. I'm talking about us as black. If we want white people to treat us better than we treat ourselves, we have to stop looking at each other the way that we look at each other. Everything is not a killable offense, bro. And that's what's going on. Anything a black man says, we offer threats to death for him. And that's not cool. But I think you done froze up. Back to your Obama phone. Boy, I tell you. Obama phone. I'll wait on you for a second. See, there was some other people trying to get in here too. All right, he done fell off. He done got stuck. But I think we had a pretty good conversation. We didn't get too out of hand. There was a couple people wanted to come on the camera. I don't know if they're still watching, but I think I'm about done anyway. But man, we got to stop. We got to drop all these goddamn excuses, man, and see America for what it really is. America is for sale. America is about money. America don't give a damn how black or white you are anymore. They care about how much money you gonna bring to a situation. Um, that just shows with the NBA. They acted like they cared about a cause and all that until it affected their money. And now Black Lives Matter will be removed from that court. So get in the money game. The only color you should be worried about is green. That shit nowadays, it's a hindrance to yourself to keep worrying about color so much. Stop worrying about color 24 hours a day if the color ain't green. I'm not saying worship the dollar because the people say money is the root of all evil. That's not true. It's the love of money, which is the root of all evil. The love of money will have somebody doing all sorts of things to be famous. The love of money will have people going to that casting couch, and when they're faced with an ultimatum, they don't know to walk the fuck out because your morals and your dignity should mean more to you than being famous and money. Because after you do those acts, it's not going to make you feel good. And I think that's what John Lee was talking about. Money is not going to bring you happiness, especially if it's made in that manner. So um, I know Johnny is trying to get back on here, but I'm about to go because I know I got a few more things to do. I enjoyed the conversation, my brother. Um, I think we all can learn a little bit from some of the stuff that he said, and hopefully you can learn from some of the stuff I said. But if not, hey, it's cool. Everybody have the right to do whatever they want to do. I encourage each and every last one of you to not just say go out and vote, because that tells me that all you're going to do is go out and vote Democrat, which is your choice. Um, but I do believe you should start at the home base, which is wherever your district is, wherever you live. Make sure you know those candidates. Make sure you don't just go down like you was in school and say D D D D D all the way through. Know what it is that they're bringing to the table. Know what it is that they're going to do. Start locally and then work your way up to the president. Whoever you decide to vote for, that's on you. But hopefully, it's an informed decision and not I'm black, so I got to do this, or because I'm this, I'm that. Like that got to stop. I think the older black folks, a majority of us older black folks, are doing the younger generation a disservice because you guys have the information. You guys know what it was like back then, and you know what it's like now, and we're miles away from where we were back then. So to have the first thing on a young black man mind or a young black lady mind in 2020 is the color of their skin, I think that we're doing the next generation a disservice. We need to start being honest with these children and giving them all of the information. The worst thing that I think is going on in America right now is that they are withholding the truth. They are withholding lots of information from our young people. Um, and that's sad because if they're supposed to be our future, then the last thing we should be teaching them is the color of their skin. The first thing we should be teaching them is things about real life. And that should be about taxes. That should be about money. That should be about family. That should be about responsibility to community. It should be all those things that would make a moral, safer society. But those are not the things that we're talking about. We are talking about all sorts of things that is not going to change a damn thing. It's actually going to make it worse. And so if that's what you guys are on, that'll be you. But I'm going to focus on keep putting one foot in front of the other and try to build my family as strong as possible. Because when we together like this, can't nobody fuck with us. So